US and Iran have agreed to an interim deal to halt fighting, but the White House is facing increasing backlash over the terms from allies, both domestic and abroad. While President Trump and his team are defending the deal, insisting that the United States is not paying Tehran and that any economic benefits for Iran may depend on full compliance with the agreement. Vice President JD Vance specially lashed out at Israeli critics of the deal, warning them not to alienate their only powerful ally left in the world. The terms of President Donald Trump's deal have drawn a strong response from many Israeli politicians and sections of the Israeli media, with some directly blaming President Donald Trump. Listen to this.
What I will say, and this does bother me, is that you've seen people within Bibi's cabinet who have come out and attacked the deal and in some ways very personally attacked the President of the United States. And I guess my message to them would be twofold. Number one, Donald J. Trump is the only head of state in the entire world who is sympathetic to the nation of Israel at this moment in time. And he happens to be the head of state of the world's superpower. If I was in the cabinet of the Israeli government, I might not be attacking the only powerful ally that I have anywhere left in the entire world.
Well, Vance credited Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for not personally criticizing the deal, but explicitly referred to the large amounts of military and the United States provides to Israel, its key ally in West Asia.
The other thing that I would say is that over the last 3 months, 2/3 of the defensive weapons that have protected your homeland have been built by American hands and paid for by American tax dollars. The problem for Israel is not Donald J. Trump. And anybody in Israel who thinks their biggest problem is the President of the United States needs to wake up and smell the reality of the situation.
In an interview with the New York Times published on Thursday, Vance directly named Israeli National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir and Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich as critics of the deal. Vance said that Israel cannot simply kill its way out of every national security challenge. US President Donald Trump urged Israel and other West Asian countries to stick to the truce. Now, taking to his Truth Social network, Trump said that he expects a complete ceasefire on all fronts, including Lebanon, Hezbollah and Israel. But Israeli drone attacks and artillery shelling, they continue in Lebanon. Hezbollah said its fighters were engaged in fresh clashes with the Israeli military. And this hours after Lebanese state media reported that Israeli strikes in the south killed 3 people. Meanwhile, Iran's supreme leader has approved the deal and direct negotiations with the United States. Mojtaba Khamenei, who became supreme leader after his father, Ali Khamenei, was killed in an airstrike on the first day of the war on February 28th, he said in a written statement that he had approved the deal despite having a different view, without elaborating further. The signing of the deal by Trump and Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian set in motion a 60-day period for talks on wider issues, including the Iranian nuclear program. But there was uncertainty over the next steps. The White House has postponed sending Vice President JD Vance to lead the new round of talks in Switzerland for now. It says that plans for the technical talks have not yet been finalized, and the U.S. delegation is ready to depart at the first available opportunity. Meanwhile, U.S. forces have lifted their naval blockade of Iranian ports, but American warships will remain in the general area. Maritime trackers said that 3 Saudi oil tankers left the Gulf through the strait on Thursday, while the loaded LNG vessel Maritime became the first such French vessel to make the transit since the start of the conflict. Iran says it will not collect any fees from ships for a period of 60 days. And for more details, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report from New York. Take a look.
Vice President JD Vance is openly criticizing Israel's reaction to the Iran agreement, arguing that diplomacy, not endless military action, offers the best chance to prevent a wider regional war. The comments are significant because they expose tensions between the Trump administration and one of America's closest allies at a moment when negotiators are preparing to enter a new phase of talks with the Islamic Republic. For Israel, the concern is that the deal may leave Iran with too much room to maneuver. For the White House, the agreement is that a diplomatic opening is better than a return to open conflict. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.